Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Janice, I'm a Thermomix consultant. It's getting close to Christmas, you know, and every year I make a Christmas hamper full of goodies for my family and friends. Instead of buying presents, I do a big cook up and I give them lots of yummy stuff. Like I've already made rosella jam, orange marmalade, I've got mango chutney, I've got Worcestershire sauce, I've got a big pot of Worcestershire sauce on the stove. It's just fermenting at the moment. I'm leaving it to sit there and hang on, I'll just cancel that. It goes to sleep if you don't pay enough attention to it. Rightio. And then I do like sugar-coated peanuts, nuts and bolts, different biscuits, and I will do a few of those as we go along because quite a number of them are Thermomix recipes. There are some that are tried and true, old recipes that I've had for years and years and years, which I still continue to do as, I also do almond bread, which I do just in my KitchenAid because it works and I make big batches. So anyway, I'm trying a recipe at the moment and they are, I wrapped them. I got a little set of rose gold mini springform pans from the mix shop and I'm going to give this recipe a try, and they're mini fruit cakes. So I'll start cooking and I'll show you what I'm doing. So it says to place a bowl on the lid, so I started this yesterday. Weigh in 560 grams of dried fruit, 250 grams of brandy, and then set aside overnight. Rightio, it says to preheat the oven to 140. I haven't done that, I'm just going to duck over and do that. I've got too carried away doing other stuff. Okay. So we're going to go, then grease and line the bases and sides of 4 round springform cake tins. Wrap 2 layers of baking paper around the outside. And this should be approximately 5 centimetres higher than the top of the tin. It's a little bit higher than that, but it's done. I remember my grandma, she used to always, she would line the cake tin with, you know, like a few layers of brown paper, and then she'd wrap it up in brown paper. And this is just to stop it burning. So, so it says to wrap a piece of kitchen string around the tins. I couldn't find my kitchen string, so I'm using sewing cotton. To secure, place on a baking tray and set aside, which I've already done. Now, moving along to the next. Oh, I've made bread dough in here this morning, so it's pretty clean. So it's just flour, water, bit of yeast. Rightio. So 200 grams of unsalted butter cut into pieces. What have we got there? 197. There we go. 200 grams of brown sugar. So this is, I make this brown sugar myself. I've said this heaps of times. I love the Thermomix, how you can make all your own pantry staples and you don't have to go out and buy, you know, a dozen or so different packages of, different, what do you call it? You know, like I've just got white sugar or raw sugar. I buy white sugar and raw sugar. Then I make my own caster sugar, icing sugar, and brown sugar. And anyway, so we're going to put in, that was a lot of blurbling to say, just a little thing, wasn't it? 200 grams of brown sugar. I've got a video where I made brown sugar and golden syrup, I think. I will link it down below in the description box. Rightio. A teaspoon of vanilla paste. Now I also make my own vanilla paste. I've got quite a fair bit. I make it a fair bit at a time. But when I do have to make a new batch, I will do a video. It's just a recipe on Cookie Doo, and it is super easy, and it is super delicious. And we'll do a couple of them. Now we're going to pop the lid on, and we're going to cream the butter and sugar. 20 seconds, speed 8. And now we're going to add the eggs. So I'm going to scrape this down. Oops. Because we're going to add the eggs in, and I don't want all this up here. So we're going to put the lid on, and we need 4 eggs, one at a time. So I want this. Now I'm going to use, I had a new bowl there, but I think I'll use this one to crack my eggs into. Rightio. Okay, so it says 30 seconds, speed 3, and then add 4 eggs, one at a time, through the hole in the mixing bowl lid. I've had too many bad experiences with eggs to just crack them directly into my cake batter. So we're going to go back. Oh, hang on. There we go. That one. Now we'll have a look. We're going to add this reserved soaked fruit. It's a bit soupy. There we go. Okay. 200 grams of plain flour. As usual, I have a mess. Okay. Righto. 100 grams of slivered almonds. It looks weird, doesn't it? Okay, so this is, I don't know how many grams are in here, but this is all I've got. This is the end of the bag. So let's see. Okay, not quite. But that's enough, rightio. 150 grams of glacé cherries cut into quarters. Okay. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So I've said this before, but I do make my own baking powder. I've got a video of when I made my own baking powder, and it's just rice flour, bicarbonate of soda, and cream of tartar. So when we were growing up, we used to get our plain flour in the big drums. We were out on the station, out on a cattle property. And if we wanted self-raising flour, we just added, I think it was to every cup of flour, you added a teaspoon of, I don't know, actually, see, this is tricky. I don't know if it was a cup, but I know that it was 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar to half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then you sifted it through your plain flour. And I can't remember if it was 1 cup or 2. Can't remember. Rightio. And that was self-raising flour. Now we've got cinnamon. So 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Quarter of a teaspoon of mixed spice. Quarter of a teaspoon of sea salt. Oops. Okay, and now we're going to mix it. So because the bowl is so full, we're going to put our spatula in here and just turn it round while this is mixing. So it's 20 seconds, speed 4 in reverse. Rightio, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video, clean this mess up, and then we'll come back to the next step. Rightio, we have a bit more of a semblance of order here at the moment, so just going to get right down to the bottom. And make sure that everything is up. Yes, it is. Rightio. So now I need a spoony thing. Okay. So it says, pour into prepared tins and bake for 1 hour, 15 minutes at 140 degrees or until a spoon comes out clean. So I'm going to share this up between the 4. Oops. It fell down the inside. always a mess. Right. I'm sure no one wants me to see me fill these all up. There's a bit more in there. My string's a bit loose here. Right. So that, I'll fill them up. So the inside paper is still a bit high. It's about that much higher than the top of the tin, and that's to stop it bubbling over. Rightio. So anyway, so I'll finish divvying this up. I've only got a little baby bit left to go. And I'll put them in the oven. And then I'll come back and show you when they come out. We won't taste them, or actually maybe I will. Maybe I will taste them, because I think I'll have to taste them before I start giving them away. Rightio, we will. We'll taste one and we'll see how it tastes. Rightio, I will be back when these are done. So we've got our cakes out of the oven and they've been cooling, and it just says, okay, we've done that. I'm allowed to cool for 15 minutes, so I left them in the tin for 15 minutes, and then I pulled them out. I left a couple in paper, and I just want to see what the difference is. Let them cool completely. They've still got the paper on the bottom. And I know that you can feed these with brandy. There's probably a tip. I'll just have a look. Once cool, use a skewer to poke several holes in the cake and pour 1 to 2 tablespoons of the brandy over the cakes and allow to soak for 10 minutes. Then wrap each cake in aluminium foil, whole side up, and place in a sealable container for a minimum of 4 weeks before serving. So I'm going to do it with 3, but I'm going to cut this one here, and we'll just check the inside of the cake. If this recipe, this is not the recipe I usually make for my fruit cake, but it just sounded, oh look at that. That's really nice looking. So let's have a little bite. Still a little bit warm. I mean, some of the fruits sunk to the bottom, but most of the, for the most part, it stayed, you know, evenly distributed throughout the cake. That is really nice. I'm going to make it again, but I think I'll use rum next time because I do like rum in my Christmas cakes. So I haven't decided yet. I'm either going to put some, you know, glacé cherries and almonds on the top of the cake and then glaze it with some seeded jam, or I'm going to put a little round circle of marzipan on top. But anyway, that is absolutely delicious. I'd actually recommend that recipe. It is truly yummy. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please give it a thumbs up, then head over to my channel and subscribe, and I really hope I'll see you next time.